Sing loud with me.
Burning. Which is free.
So, starting the vlog that has already begun. This camera's rocking a little, but I don't know if this is going to be the best place for it. We're going to have to make do. Saw Metallica on Friday night. Greg's right next to me, but I know he doesn't really like to be in videos. So he's just going to, you're just going to see his arm. That's all you're going to see.
Take it away.
Not even that. But, yeah. Metallica, well, it was kind of a big disaster because traffic was terrible, people were terrible, everything was terrible. I complained on Instagram saying
We got to a late start too, which...
Yeah, we got off to a late start. But the concert itself was great. I wanted Snake Pit, so we did that. And we were like second row, basically, even for getting there as late as we did. Like, it wasn't bad. But we did miss the first band, Wolfgang something or other.
Well, it's called Mammoth WVH for Wolfgang Van Halen.
Wolfgang Van Halen. I'm not familiar with them. Missed them, and we missed Pantera, which is like on my other channel, which if you know, you know, literally. That's been like the big thing, Pantera talk, so they're kind of bummed that we didn't get to see them, but they started off with Creeping Death, which was one of my favorites, and that was crazy, and then what did they do after that?
I think the crowd wasn't very good though, at least in the Snake Pit.
No.
It was a bunch of rich people that don't even know Metallica or what it is, but like... There's like the big chants in the middle, you know, in the middle of the song.
Yeah, the die.
And like I felt like not very many people were doing it. Like it felt kind of weird.
No. So they did that one, Creeping Death, which was exciting for me. And Harvester of Sorrow, Holier Than Thou. That was probably my favorite. I would say Holier Than Thou because I like that song a lot. And Creeping Death. What was your favorite?
I don't know. Put me on the spot.
Arm. What was your favorite? Over here.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Like I like hearing like I was hoping they would do a 72 season song they hadn't played before, and they did. They did Shadows Follow. That was cool.
Yeah, that was
hopefully tonight there'll be another new one, but I'm not sure. I'm thinking maybe not. It might just be Almost Burn. But
I'm waiting for Wolf and Man and Devil's Dance. Those are the two that I would love to see.
Yeah.
But probably isn't gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean I'm thinking pretty unlikely, but because they have like one rotating slot where they've been doing kind of miscellaneous Load Era songs. They did King Nothing, which that was a highlight.
King Nothing, that was another one. Yeah. I forgot.
But like I feel like once they did that, that meant that they weren't gonna do, you know, Until It Sleeps or I Disappear or No Leaf Clover or anything like that. Because I feel like that was kind of the slot for that. But
yeah,
I could be wrong. I mean, it's the first city on this leg of the tour, so
there's no spoilers.
So it's hard to know. I mean, the one thing I will say is that, you know, looking back at it, like they pretty much followed the exact same as at least the last location on the European part. Like it was the same format, like everything. So that's a little concerning. I was hoping they'd mix it up a little bit more, but it was almost like
a little concerning.
Not song for song, but I mean like the same slots. Like okay, here's where they play a miscellaneous Black Album song. That was Holier Than Thou.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
So I'm like, it would have been a Wolf and Man if they were going to do a Wolf and Man, but it wasn't. So I feel like we're not going to hear that. But I don't know.
Only did that first night, like. That slot's like only one night, and then this will be different albums.
Well, yeah, I mean, because we haven't heard Enter Sandman, Unforgiven, or Wherever I May Roam. So we're gonna get all those. I think that's gonna be all the Black Album tonight.
You left during when he said, I think it's gonna.
Yeah, like y'all say how much you like that intro.
Yeah.
Song you were in the bathroom.
Well, I had to go to the bathroom. But no, I think that's when you said it's gonna be Unforgiven. And I was like, I have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, because I saw the guitar. I just assumed that.
Yeah, and then in the bathroom I heard it. Yeah, like oh crap.
Do they have screens in there?
No.
Well, see, that's like a guy's one. Like, oh, those are just staying nearby urinals. They might actually have a screen up above them.
No.
Or above the sinks or something,
They
maybe.
don't.
But if you're like in a stall, you're not going to see anything.
I know, we can't see anything. Yeah, I had to go to the bathroom at some point. I'm like, okay, well, if it was Unforgiven, which I thought it was when I left, I was like, okay, that's fine to go during that. Or if they did Nothing Else Matters. I talked about that before. Like, I think Nothing Else Matters is like #1 on Spotify, or at least it was. It's a good song. I think just a lot of people use it for their weddings, and that's probably why it's #1. It's like the song that you can get your chick into, probably, if she's not a metal fan. But it's just, whatever.
Ryan was my highlight. I mean, it was a highlight also because, like, the whole band was in front of us, the entire song.
Yeah.
Like, that was the only time the entire show that happened, where all four of them were all there, like, the entire song.
And with Lars, because other shows we went to, obviously the drummers just kind of stayed put. Or I think at the snake pit we were in, they moved him from like the front to the back.
Yeah, well, he was on the back of like the main stage, and they moved him to like the front of. So either way, it was like not near us. Yeah,
because we were by the side. But this time they moved him like 4 times. I think it was like around the circle.
Yeah.
So it was like kind of in the front, and then front left, and then back left, back right. So he was kind of right in front of us at some point, which I think is good if you have a circle, because otherwise you just would not see them at all. But not only did they move him, they also moved the drum kit around. So while he was rotating around the stage different times, the drum kit was slowly rotating, which I didn't notice right away.
No. If you really stared at it, I feel like you could kind of see it moving a little bit, but...
Yeah, but super slow, obviously.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be able to play if he was, like, spinning.
Mm-hmm.
But started
you would
off.
notice if you were him, you'd be like, whoa.
And every time I turned, I'd be like, you'd hear, like, a note that didn't go. And somebody next to us was really excited about it. They looked at Greg, and they're like, they rotated him! Like, his eyes were really big. He was very excited. But yeah, it was fun. But then, so tonight basically is going to be Five Finger Death Punch, Ice Nine Kills, and Metallica. I'm excited about Ice Nine Kills. We've seen Five Finger Death Punch, but
I've seen both of them.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm more excited about Ice Nine Kills. Like, I'm not super excited to see Five Finger Death Punch. They're okay. They just give me maybe like a vibe. I don't know if I would like agree with them on things if I knew more about the people that they were. But who cares, right? It's about the music.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine, you know. You could say about Pantera, too, that maybe you get that, you know.
You think? I don't really get that from Pantera.
Yeah, I don't know. But I think, like, Pantera is just so good that people kind of overlook it more. Whereas Five Finger Death Punch, you know, it's...
We won't talk about
people
that.
aren't as big on them. I mean, it definitely seemed like on like the forums, so people aren't really too excited about either of these bands. So
Ice Nine
maybe a lot of people
good,
show up late, and you know, some won't really. I think we're gonna be there early.
I feel like Ice Nine Kills might be heavier than like typical Metallica fans listen to.
Heavier.
Like as far as like vocal like aggression.
Well, I think it's just a lot of screaming. I don't know.
Yeah, that's
what
I mean.
Heavier, but.
Well, they're more screamy. I hope this isn't too rocky. I know every like little breath I take it moves. Okay, so all that was Friday night. So then yesterday, Saturday, first thing we did, woke up, we went to Gregory's Coffee. Mm-hmm. Not this Gregory's Coffee, but it's right near like the water where we take the ferry over to go to New York. But we just went there first and then walked back for a little bit because, you know, it was a little bit too early. But they have a vegan deluxe sandwich, breakfast sandwich, which is like just egg omelet and then Beyond Meat sausage and some kind of cheese, diet cheese, I think it was. So I got that and an iced chai, I think is what it's called. I have pictures, I have videos. I'm doing the thing that I did last time where I just have my phone, I'm trying to keep things in order, but that was really good. Greg got a sandwich and he wasn't like super happy about it. The next thing that we found out, well, this kind of altered the plans a little bit too, because the one kind of foodie thing that I wanted to do when we went to New York was go to Veggie Grill, because we went there when we were in California and it was delicious. I got it twice when we were there, and it was a short period of time and I got it twice, but they had a New York City one, and I took a screenshot of this where it says Veggie Grill closes several locations, launches new menu items featuring Yo Egg, which is like a dippy egg. I don't know if people say what, eggs over easy or something. Is that what non-Pennsylvania people call it? But Pennsylvania, we call it a dippy egg with like the yolk you can break open. And I was just curious what that was like. But apparently this article is from July 30th, so I'm pretty sure Veggie Grill was still here last time we came. And like within the past few months, but it just never worked out for us to go. But it closed, and then I'm like, well, because originally I kind of wanted to go like a long ways away from where the ferry would take us, but then it was kind of like, well, it's kind of winging it at that point, and it would have been like an hour, over an hour walk from where we like probably would have been like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Because it was like an hour 20 from even walking, like probably a half hour. So probably would have been close to a 2-hour walk just to get to like New York Central Park kind of area. So we didn't do that, but instead we just walked around. We went to the 9/11 memorial area. Well, we took the ferry over first. I liked it. It's very like rocky though. Like people get off of it and it's just like, it's like one of those ships that you see in like an amusement park. That's what I see in my eyes, because it's just like, somebody had a dog on there too. The dog was whimpering, but I mean it was fine. But yeah, it took like maybe 5 minutes from here to there. We said it was a 10-minute ride, but it really doesn't take that long. And to not have to drive and the craziness, it's worth it.
Yeah, it's a lot better that way.
So we did that. Then we went to, like I said, the 9/11 memorial. Didn't really like do any of the audio tour things. They had that. I'm sure they had others. I don't know. I thought there was a building, but we just kind of walked by like where the Twin Towers were. So we did that. Then we didn't really know. Again, this whole thing was just kind of winged a little bit. So I was just bringing up the map and being like, where should we go? What sounds interesting? So we found just, why did we go in the mall? Was there a reason we went in? Oh, well, here's the thing. We went to an Amazon Go, and I'm like, oh, we've never tried this before. This sounds fun, because it's one of the stores where you just go in and like scan your Amazon thing, take whatever you want, and then it'll figure it out. You just walk out. You don't have to like go to register or anything. So I thought it would be just interesting to see something like that in person. So we walked to one that was closed. That was my bad. So then I found another store, and we had to walk back and forth a lot because it just wasn't there. Like the map, it was saying like, okay, like I turned and then it was like trying to redirect me. So I'm like, okay, I'll go past this building, and then it was trying to redirect me again. I'm like, I think it's in the mall, which it was. So we went in the mall, couldn't even find it in the mall, but then Greg said maybe it's up on the second floor, which is where it was. But that was an experience. Like we felt like we were going to steal something, which, well, we did. But
yeah, we kind of did.
But it's interesting. Well, I thought it was going to be like a bigger grocery store. This was just like a little, like, probably a gas station, if not smaller. But they just had like salads and like quick foods. They did have like a microwave there and stuff like that. But I got a pack of cookies, and I saw that they had like a fountain, like freestyle machine or whatever. And again, I didn't know how that worked, but we kept seeing people get coffee, and I was standing there looking at the machine, and I had like a QR code thing. Just kind of brought up like the drinks, like what you see on the screen on my phone. So I didn't think that was anything. Greg's like, no, it's probably not right. And then there's some lady coming, and I was just like, oh, go ahead. She's like, okay, thank you. And then she did her thing, and she just like punched it in how we did and left. So I don't know, but I got a bag of cookies, which were really good. I never had that brand, by the way, but they were like thumbprint, like raspberry cookies, really good. And then I got a drink, and Greg got a drink, and we hesitate. Like there's an SNL skit, you should look it up, and it has, you know, somebody standing there like not knowing if they should leave or not, and that was totally Greg and I. And there was a worker there. I'm like, do I ask? Like, do I just say something? And then I decided not to, because they're just kind of tidying up. Like, they don't really like get involved. And I'm like, the sign says, you know, take what you want and leave and go on with your day. So that's what we did. Well, we sat outside for probably like 15 minutes or so trying to figure out like if we stole something or not, and we were waiting for the receipt to come through, but then it said it could take a few hours. So then we just left, but then once it did come through, it just had the cookies. It didn't have the drinks. So we stole drinks, which is bad.
Apparently they're okay with it, I guess.
Yeah, apparently they're okay with it though, because there was an article, and I don't know, I guess it's the VP or somebody said like, you know, it happens so infrequently that if it happens, like, consider it's on us, and like enjoy your breakfast or enjoy whatever. So I mean, I'm sure they're not hurting for our 2 fountain drinks, but
probably like pennies.
Yeah, really. I think it was like $1.26 a piece or something like that. It was supposed to be, but
I was glad that like they don't give you any mechanism. They don't have any way to like add it
you
on.
can't
If
pay.
They miss something, like they just are like, you're done. Here's your receipt.
Yeah. So I don't know. It was an interesting experience, but I think it's like nerve-wracking.
Really hoping it would be right. Like I really wanted it to be right, because I was just like trying to understand how it worked, and then and then it wasn't right. I'm like, okay. So I thought maybe we did something wrong, but everything we checked after, it's like, nope, you just do whatever and walk out, and that's it.
But if you look it up, a lot of people say like I accidentally stole this just because it wasn't, and then like you read Amazon's response to like, oh, it happens so infrequently. But then I saw an article that says like they're closing like a New York one, Seattle, somewhere in California, I think. So I don't really know if it's just like, because why would you have to close it? Like if it's just food, like if it's working out, like it's not like you don't have employees.
Just a failed experiment. And I think, well, we tried.
Yeah.
And that's it. That might not be here next time we're here.
It might be like Veggie Girl just disappear.
Yeah.
It's interesting because I didn't know how it worked. Greg didn't know how it worked. He was watching videos about it today. I was guessing just like weighted, kind of like I guess in a hotel when they have like wine stuff where if you take it they know. I was thinking maybe it's that, but then it would be hard to track like who's taking what, and they say if you put it back, like it, because I picked up those cookies. I looked at them, I put them down, wasn't even thinking like of sensors, and then I picked them up. I was like the lady with the cupcake, and you watch the video, she looks at, she's like, ah, and she puts it down, and she goes back with a big smile on her face, like I'm gonna get it anyway. So that was that, but yeah, apparently they say that there's like cameras like all above, like, and then they say like they can track your legs too, or like your feet, and like when you reach for something and like where you go. So I don't know. I just wonder like if there's a lot of people like who gets what. So then we just walked around. Well, that mall was really fancy too. Like it had marble steps, all these like fancy stores like that I don't even know how to pronounce a lot of them, but like Louis Vuitton and Gucci, all these like super like expensive places that I really had no interest in, and I just wanted to go to Amazon Go. So we did that, and then walked around, I guess like Battery Park area. So I'll insert some of that footage here while I'm rambling. And we saw the Ghostbusters house, which I guess is that just where they filmed, like outside location, I guess? Like that's what they used.
Yeah.
I don't even know, but it was 9 minutes away from where we were sitting, just looking at a map. So I'm like, why don't we go here and check this out? Did that, and then we came back. We came back on the, well, actually, let me say 7 miles later, we came back. We took a ferry, and it's interesting, like the ferry situation. It seems like a lot of people go back and forth that way. It's just like a terminal. They have like little seats and stations and snacks and just different ports where the ships or boats come in, whatever. So then once we got to land, because Greg was like, he knew what he wanted from this pizza place and pizza, but I was like, I can't like look at the phone to figure it out right now, because everything like rocks in those terminals. Like in the distance you can see the buildings, and it's just like the whole thing's like going up and down, so I could not look at a phone. So I'm like, well, once we get to like stable land, then I'll pick out what I want. I got a pizza and some garlic knots, which were really good. Now I'm gonna try to vlog the rest of the day, just vlogging with my phone, not this camera, because I don't want to come back and sit down. This is the last recap you will see me do. From here on out, it is just vlogging for the rest of my life. Probably not true, but yeah, we're gonna go to this American Dream Mall because there's a Metallica pop-up store somewhere in the mall that Greg wants to see. But yeah, so so we're gonna go there, and then I guess just hang out a bit till we go to the concert venue, because once we're parked, we're not fiddle-faddling around with the parking anymore after Friday.
It's easy.
Yeah.
I mean, getting out of there was easy, which is weird because apparently a lot of people struggled with it, so I don't know what we're going to be dealing with coming out tonight. But
Yeah, Greg just pulled right out. Where other people, he said, like, they took a nap in their car, and an hour later they woke up and they were still waiting to get out. I don't even know how that is.
I literally didn't go the right way out of the parking lot, too. Remember, I just, was like, I'm just going to take the first way I can get out. And I missed a bunch because I had to move over. And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to take this random road that these other cars are going. And then I had to I had to turn around at one point, and then I was just back on track. And it was like, no problem.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that was the key.
So... But he followed the exit signs. All it was exit. It wasn't like a special area. And then you got out. So, so yeah, we'll see how today goes. I'll try to vlog some, just walking around, and then heading to the thing, and then that'll be it.
Really? I could have been here hours.
functioning mall. This is literally my video. I was getting on 3 escalators. It's an insane mall.
There's that line to get into it.
Oh my god, that's insane.
Enthusiastic now.
Oh my god. Earth.
Picking up their bags of swag. You know, we don't want to leave this long. I feel like it's going to run into everything else. I feel like we had tried to see how fast it moves, and that's just taking forever.
Okay. Whoa!
So you're trying to record on escalator and almost falling.
Yeah, part of the thing.
It's not a cool video for falling.
Let's do it. Even though I'm holding.
Well, I did say I have a lack of Metallica shirt, so.
No. The lights, though, man. It's like you're. continuing on this no what do I say?
Weekend.
No repeat weekend and no recapping in the vlogs. We're leaving today. It's Monday. This is the view from the room. I wish a train, or what do you call a tram? I wish a tram would come by because that would set the whole little city vibe to leave. But I'm trying to figure out Starbucks. It's very confusing.
I'm not even checking out. It's like, told me to add, like, it said choose payment, and then there's like, it doesn't let me just enter a new card.
But we're gonna take off. I just missed Greg saying it's a real ball buster. But we're gonna take this stuff down to the car. We're going to go to Gregory's to get a sandwich for me, and then Starbucks sandwich for Greg, and drinks for both of us. It's 10:34. We have to check out at 11, so we gotta run to these places, run back, check out. Otherwise, we'll have to deal with parking. So apparently, Starbucks like makes you put money in their thing if you do it online.
I don't know. That was the only way I could check out was by like putting money into a thing.
That's weird though. But when we were in,
$25 for $16 basically.
but you have the in there. You didn't give them that money for free. It's just sitting until next time.
Yeah, but I don't know if I can pull it out. Like, it's just there now. I don't know how it works.
Last walk, last view.
What I was confused about at first, they were trying to go to a different website, and that one doesn't.
It does look like a bank.
Right?
Literally right across the street. Don't tell Starbucks. Got the goods, gotta go, gotta run. Beyond sausage, cheese, I think potatoes, egg, just egg. It's really good though. Very greasy, but really good.